When someone is angry and yelling, it's you. Look at this. Look how beautiful it is. Let it happen. Let it be. Don't interfere with it happening. Let it shout everything it wants. Shout everything you want. Observe it. They will yell and then calm down. And that's it. They won't do it again. As soon as the space sees that it can't affect you, it will stop because it will feel awkward to constantly stand and yell when no one reacts to it. You see? And this applies to everything. However, if it's so easy to hurt you, to provoke you, and so on, it will keep happening to you until you learn this lesson. It's very simple. So, when something that makes you lose your temper happens, the most important is the very fact, the very moment. Be grateful for this lesson, and accept it the way it is. And in order to do this, you just need to focus and observe. So, you actually neither accept nor reject. You simply observe the phenomenon, and it disappears. And that's it. From now on, such phenomena cannot affect you. And that's all. The lesson is learned. It won't happen to you anymore. And this also applies to debts and stuff, literally anything. You don't know what that is. You don't know if that is debts or salaries. You go beyond everything. This is like, for example, what I have now. At first I had no experience, but it all worked out, although I didn't know anything. I just observe. I always say, well, I used to be happy when money came, and worried when it left. But now there is no difference. Money comes, money goes. It's like putting and taking away this bottle. And this applies to everything. People, money, anything. There is no difference. You just observe how things come and go. And you know for sure that whatever comes will go. Just don't lose yourself. Things come and go. It is something that cannot be changed. This phenomenon is absolutely clear. Things come, things go, that's all. You just observe while it is here. But the thing that doesn't change is you. That's what freedom is. That was the turning point. I started to think. And imagine that I already have 1 or even 2 million followers on TikTok. I didn't think about how it would happen. So, how does it work? Well, I sit, close my eyes, and then I just start dreaming wildly about it. So, how do I do it? I am like, what will I do? I will call to my friends and relatives and tell them about it. Look, Mom, look, I managed to do something, for example. I just call or take a screenshot and send it to someone. I just imagine the situation, that it happened, that it is happening. I imagine how I rejoice, tell someone about it. Like, okay, how do I work? Where do I work? Who do I work with? How does it happen, right? What am I shooting now? What do I want now? So, I let it pass through me as much as I could. It happened. And I didn't think about how it happened because all this was unimportant. I didn't spend time on it. Just the moment of it being there, I realized that everything is one whole, and I was like, okay. And I realized that attention doesn't care what to learn. It is now looking at this, it is learning this. If you now focus your attention on the sound, it will learn the sound. If you direct your attention to your fingertips, everything will be out of focus. The fingertips will prevail. When you close your eyes, you focus on different images, thoughts, and so on. Your mind is there, your now is there, and your reality is there too. Where your attention is, that is what you learn. Very simple. Thus, you close your eyes and simply dwell with your attention. Your now goes there, and you dwell with your attention in images of what you need right now, knowing that it exists. It is not even needed, otherwise it disappears. I need it, it disappears. Here I am telling you about this, and this knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It disappears due to a deep understanding of the fact that everything exists as a whole thing. Everything is the same thing, due to a very deep understanding of unity. Because this shows the speed of how quickly everything can manifest. If your attention is scattered on doubt, like a person wants something, and then their attention scatters on doubts. They want a car, for example, and then doubt. What if something goes wrong? What if I don't have enough money? What if? And there are a bunch of what ifs or something else. And here their attention, 100% of their attention, is scattered on all these thoughts. And something is learned from this, and then it happens. And what you need is just to concentrate your attention on the knowledge that it exists, and that's it. But for it to happen so easily, you need to deeply, very deeply learn the unity of everything. Because due to the fact that you have not learned the unity of everything, you doubt. You doubt because you simply have not learned the unity of everything. A huge number of materials about unity You can find, I don't know, for your mind, but the most comprehensive material is here and now, your real experience. And you just need to spend some time with this, maybe a whole day, and to thoroughly learn the concept of unity, so that there is no difference for you. You just take the bottle and place it. Here it is. It is still here. And you look at your sensations in the body. You feel where something is moving, shifting. There seem to be doubts. If it is true, then continue. Practice until there are no differences. And then you close your eyes, form images of something being there. That's what I did. And I formed images of what I have. It is all already happening. There are followers, all that. By the way, I can also grow this popularity in Zoom. They are similar, this Zoom and the next live. Maybe we will just continue like this. And further, it formed a certain state. You inevitably see how it changes your state. You feel different. The state changes your thoughts, decisions, and actions. So, you communicate with people in the state of joy. Yes, in the state of joy. Calmness, gratitude. This is one type of communication. If you communicate with the same person in the state of anger, it will be a different communication. When you cook in the state of joy, love, and gratitude, it happens differently, more easily. This process goes differently. The same process. Do you see this? It's super simple. Depending on what state you're in, the sequence of events will develop differently. In the state of, I want something. In your direct experience, meaning this is your specific vibrational setting, you are wanting then. It is here now, and right now, you are wanting. You will be wanting, you will experience the moment when you don't have it, and while you want it all this time, you see that you are so absolute and everything is here now. And so, while you want something, it means you don't have it. Accordingly, you will experience the moment that you don't have it. You need to understand this deeply and want nothing more. You don't need to want something. Everything is here now. Do you need something? It's here now. But if you keep wanting it, you forever will be broken. You will just go in circles. And keep learning, but you will. You will receive what you need. The wanting moment. The moment when you are wanting. And so, it turns out that I formed this knowledge for myself, and here it is, this state. My state has changed. What I have, it increasingly started to manifest. Regardless of what images were there, other images prevailed. I started to pay more attention to them. And when you pay more and more attention to something, it seems like it becomes a part of you. You know this about yourself now. Before that, you knew something different. But why did you know something different about yourself? Because you paid your attention to that. Well, before that, I saw that I had 5,000 followers. Well, roughly, or there were 20,000 or whatever. And that was what I knew about myself. I stopped looking at it, stopped paying attention to it, and directed all my attention to the fact that now I have new pictures. I made them in Photoshop like now I have 1 or 2 million followers. And I directed my attention there all day long. And I knew this about myself. And the other just fell away. And this began to prevail. In this state I began to experience it. The mind can call it self-deception and so on, but don't even think about the existence of self-deception. Get rid of that. Just forget that. And that's it, I just focus my attention on this. And attention doesn't care, it is working now. Where it is, what it is focused on, it learns everything. And you, well, just start to develop a series of events. I thought, damn, it would be cool to make money like this, to have a lot of money. To look at it all day long and know that I have a lot of money. Real and fake, it is all in your head. You look at the money, and who makes it real or fake? Only your mind. And I saw this and I was like, damn, awesome. I bought myself some money and put a pile of it on the table, and awesome, it's real. For me, they were totally real, and became so. At that time, I had a debt of 20 million. I bought myself a bunch of money, put it on the table, and knew that I was rich, I was a millionaire. And everyone was laughing at me, saying the money was fake, but it turned into real money for me. That's why I don't care what others think. They will stay in their own world. The main thing is not to lose yourself. No matter what people think, they are also obsessed with what they were told, what was imposed on them. And when they see someone breaking free, they try to crush him, make him feel bad and guilty and so on. This is how they treat themselves. They were shaped this way, and they treat themselves just the same. And you just watch this. Watch and move on, leaving them to stew in their own juice. It doesn't matter whether someone believes in you or not. What matters is what you see. What you see sitting at the table in your direct experience. At some point, you will start to see how everyone around, how mistaken they are, how wrong they are. As soon as you simply unsee everything the way it happens, you will see how just. They have slandered about you. They are immersed in this slander. So, I've seen a dollar bill so many times in my life. But at that moment I was sitting and looking at it, and I realized that it was the most popular thing on the planet. All of humanity works for it from morning till night. So, my perception has changed. I mean, before that I was just sitting and thinking. And I started filming videos, and bam, I got 1 million followers in 4 days, then 3 million followers in a month, and 15 million in a year. I remember I was sitting. I was like, I want a collaboration. There was a moment when I hid videos with 5 million views. I felt uncomfortable that my videos were getting 5 million views. So, each of my videos got from 20 to 100 million views. So at some point, each of my videos got at least 5 million views, and I felt discomfort. I was ashamed that I had such low views. You can't imagine how fired up I was then. I had to hide those videos so no one would see them. And I remember I was sitting, I was like, I want a collaboration with Khaby Lame. At that time, Khaby Lame was the most popular TikToker in the world. Well, he still is. He has about 150 million subscribers. He's dark-skinned and does like this. I sit and visualize that it is happening now. 2 ideas come to my mind. I immediately get up. I walk over to the table, just take a few steps. I say, please film me. I get filmed, and literally in 1 minute I shoot 2 videos. Very simple videos. I post them one after the other. They're gaining 110 and 80 million views each in 1 week. In a week, Khaby Lame will post a collaboration with me. If you tell a person, do a collaboration with Khaby Lame, they will think it's hard, impossible, a bunch of different thoughts, expensive and so on. I didn't even reach out to him. I just sit down, knowing it exists, it gives me 2 ideas, I stand. I had no doubt about these ideas, I didn't ask if it would fit or not. God sent me 2 ideas, that's it, great, I got up, did it, posted. With total faith that this is it. I didn't ponder on them. These are right ideas, those are not. There are no other ideas, just one came. What's wrong with it? I don't complicate it at all. A week passes. In that week, these videos collectively got almost 200 million views. They could have got much less. It happened by some miracle. And he posts the collaboration. That's it, and this way. For me, the primary thing became the state. For the next several years, I would come to the meeting. I knew how it would go. So for me, the primary thing, before I do anything, is the state that it has already happened. I learned to maintain this state. So, it was. In reality, it was predetermined to happen that way. I was just observing how all these phenomena manifest through this body. And I thought that it could do absolutely everything. So, I am in fact telling you how technically it happened through this body and was observed. Well, I technically examined everything down to the millimeter. Yes, and so I came to the point that everything, it, by the way, somehow feels natural already. I mean, it happens naturally. Naturally. Consequently, my attention went there. I learned this information. And it seemed to have always been learned in reality. And it happens naturally. If something is needed, it is there. To this day it, boom, like this speaking happens naturally. So does everything else. If something is needed, boom, and it just, boom, and it appeared. Everything changes. People change. I was recently driving, and I realized one thing. I just perceive the process like clairvoyance. When I say something, I know that I haven't chosen those words. I had no idea. It just came out. Maybe it will grow. That's why I don't feel responsible. People often say I have many projects, contracts and stuff. And how do I not worry and all that? Because I didn't choose this. It happens just by itself. I just, somehow, observe how it all arises, you know? These people somehow appeared. For some reason I came up with a product that needs a contract like this. That is, it all had an impact. And just bam, and it happens. And it closes itself, it appears by itself. These contracts are executed easily. Because I am free from them all this time. This is how I live now. And there I was specifically achieving. I was specific. I was a mad achiever. I would work until 5 a.m. and at 10 a.m. a person would wake me up so I could keep working. Every morning for a year. Rodion would come to my house. By the way, we are currently filming a documentary in Tajikistan. And every morning at 10 o'clock, he would come to my place to wake me up. And, moreover, I rented about 7 apartments, one for Rodion. There also was our office. And right there was a music studio, just underground. And so, to have everyone close, I didn't go anywhere from there. Everyone who wanted to see me lived there. So, I was just so obsessed. I was managing 9 artists there, and also developed myself. So, I made 15 million for myself that year, and for Vova, and a bunch of other projects. So, I attracted about 40 million followers that year. For everyone. And I was just crazy in this regard. I mean, I was working all day long like a madman. Well, relatively speaking, that's it. And I would work until 5 a.m. every day, and at 10 a.m., a person would just come to me to wake me up, to keep me working. And whatever I did, I knew it was happening at that moment. So I had already been practicing and practicing. So for several years straight, I have been working really hard. And I have already brought it to automatism. So when I need something, I just do it. If I need something, for example, I immediately close my eyes and begin to experience it. It happens within me. Look, even when I'm on my way to a meeting, I know how it will go. I do something. I know how it will go. It happens naturally, just happens. This is primary. What happens within me. All creativity happens within me. All creativity happens within me and manifests in space. My attention is always here and now. It is always within me. That's it. And thus, I simply stop seeing how anything changes in space. Where do changes in space begin? They begin here and now within you. And then something happens in space. When you see this connection very well, you take your attention from everywhere over there and stop waiting for something to change. All humanity is waiting for something to change somewhere, and then they will be joyful. They are constantly waiting for something to change somewhere, to be someone right now. But I am not waiting for anything or anyone. I am changing here, and everything around me is changing. And that's it. But for this, you just need to see this whole chain. It is simple. And this just needs attention to yourself. So everything happens this way. All of this, it all happens naturally. Just happens. And then I had already formed a whole, so to say. A multitude of thoughts about myself which I am telling you about.